Hey, what's going on, Walking Dead fans? We are back for another edition of Who Did Negan Kill? And I talked about it at the very end last time, but the person we're going to be talking about is none other than the man himself, Mr. Daryl Dixon. That's right. We're going to be talking about Daryl, probably the most popular character on this show. As far as fans, they love them some Daryl. So I'm going to start with the reasons why I think Daryl might be the one that got killed by Negan, and then I'm going to give you reasons why I don't think it was Daryl that got killed by Negan. Number one, right off the bat, is they made it very abundantly clear that they wanted a very big emotional impact when the person got killed. And I honestly can't think of anyone else who would be more of an emotional impact than Daryl. I mean, everybody loves Daryl. I mean, every character on the show likes Daryl in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, every character has a good relationship with Daryl. If you take Daryl out, that's huge. You know, I mean, that just impacts the show in such a huge way. So if that's what they're attempting, and that's really truly what they want, is that huge emotional impact, then I can't think of anybody else but Daryl. Second reason is the fact that, you know, Daryl's not a comic book character. I mean, he is, and this is kind of for and against too. I mean, Daryl doesn't have a story to play in this show. There's no real reason. You could take him out, and there's no story that's going to be missing because of him. So I think that is possibly reasons why they might take Daryl out. Also, another good reason is the fact that they've always said, as far as fans are concerned, because of Daryl being such a big character, that if you're going to kill Daryl, it's got to be big. Okay? Either he lasts through the entire show, or when you decide to kill him, it has to be big. It can't just be, oh, he got randomly shot, or oh God, he, you know, got attacked by walkers. It has to be epic. And up to this moment, I can't think of a more epic way to take out such an iconic character than being killed by the nastiest, meanest guy there is, and that's Negan. And it would be a huge effect. So, I mean, again, it kind of makes sense that Daryl would be the one that would be taken out by Lucille. The next reason I think that would be a big deal, and that is the fact that fans are constantly telling Kirkman and Gimbel and anybody that they get, you can't kill Daryl. You can't kill Daryl. You know, fans just don't want it. You can't kill Daryl. They freak out over the thought of Daryl. And I personally don't like being told what to do. So if I was a producer, or if I was Robert Kirkman, I'd be like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing this crap. I'm going to take out Daryl. And I'm not saying that's what they're going to do. I mean, obviously, but it's a reason. I mean, think about it. People, if you're constantly presented with this, you cannot kill this character, you cannot kill this character, you can't help from having that running in your head. Maybe I'm going to kill this character. Maybe that would be big. Maybe that would be interesting. And for this show that's now going into its 7th season, to take out a main character like that would be huge for the show. I mean, I'm not sure how it would affect the show long term, but I think that would be enough to get people, you know, really on board, wanting to see what happens to Negan. If Negan kills Daryl, even the people who are like, I'm going to stop watching the show, you know, if Daryl dies, they're going to be like, I got to see what happens to Negan. You know, so there is that possibility that they would do that. Now, those are my reasons for why they may kill our main man Daryl, but there's also a lot of reasons why they wouldn't kill Daryl, and some of these I think are a pretty big deal. One is the fact that, just as what I just talked about, there is literally a whole marketing campaign towards not killing Daryl. Okay, there are shirts, there are coffee mugs, there are all kinds of things everywhere that says that fans will riot if Daryl Dixon dies. I mean, it is everywhere. I mean, it's insane. I go to a con, shirts everywhere. You know, coffee mugs, everything. Daryl Dixon dies, we riot. We riot. You hear it all the time. And they have taken that mantra and actually turned it into something to make money off of. And they're making all these things. I mean, they would lose that. I mean, fans would be devastated. So I'm not sure they're willing to go that far yet. I feel like that they want to tease you that he's possibly going to die, but not actually go through with it. Okay, that's the thing. I feel like they're just they're trying to work you up, get you worried a little bit. The other thing is the fact that I don't feel like the story with him and Dwight is over. I feel like that story didn't end with Dwight shooting him. I feel like there's still something there. This back and forth between them was such a big deal, and they focused on it so much in just a little bit at the first part and then so much at the second half of the season. I feel like this is a story that hasn't finished yet. So we all, I mentioned this before in some of the videos. In the comics, Dwight does eventually help them defeat Negan. So I'm not sure if Daryl's death is going to help that come across, or even have fans get to a point where they start to like Dwight. I don't know if anyone ever will. So I feel like Dwight and Daryl's relationship is going to play a part in how that takes place in the show. The other reason is that, the fact that he's not a big comic character, and I think fans like that, especially fans who are fans of the comic itself. They like having that extra character in there, that person who's not, doesn't have a set storyline, because we're so used to seeing the storylines from the comics to a degree. It's kind of exciting to have that extra person in there who is not part of the comics and get to see how they're going to mix things up with them. I know I like that a lot. So I'm sure that's a big reason why they just can't kill Daryl. It would really make a lot of people upset, because it makes it too much like the comics. And I feel like that's the whole reason why they left Daryl in there. I mean, and this kind of is a reason itself. They wrote him in, okay? Daryl wasn't supposed to be a part. I think he was supposed to die in like the first season, but they wrote him into the script. They liked his character so much. So they have a reason for that, okay? They wrote him in because they like his character. They have a reason. Maybe that's the reason that he gets killed by Negan. I don't think that's the case, but I feel like they wrote him in for a reason. Also, another reason that it might seem silly, but it's still a big deal. Dude, he's the face of their app, okay? If you go on there and you see they have a face on their app, and that is Daryl's face, and I don't see them changing that. I mean, for that to be such a big deal to put that guy on there, I just don't think they're going to go off and change that right now. The other thing, again, it was funny because he was on the finale of Talking Dead, and I know a lot of people's like, oh crap, who's going to be on the finale of Talking Dead? Oh, we're going to figure out who dies. He was on the finale, but he's on there with his really good friend, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Okay, so you have him on there, and in reality, they're really good friends, which is funny. I think that was a troll for us to say, hey, we're going to put Daryl on the show, because it's very rare for them ever to have the same person on a finale and then turn around and have them on the premiere. If Daryl got killed and we find out at the first of the next season, he's got to be on Talking Dead. There's no way he can't. He's such a big character. He's got to be there for him to have his kind of send-off. So I just don't think it's Daryl. Again, that's the reason why I don't believe it's Daryl. I'm going to do another video next time, and this next one is going to be about Mr. Abraham himself. Big Red. We're going to do a video about him and talk about why I think he might be the one that gets killed, or the reason why he might not be killed. But if you watch this video, if you like it, let me know. Subscribe to our channel. And if you think it's Daryl, let me know why you think it's Daryl. And if you don't, let me know too in the comments. Until next time, see you later.